you're also sharing energy, and you're so close. I mean, it could be a one night thing. You're still sharing energy, right?
Yeah.
So being an empath, like you mentioned earlier, we all are kind of we're natural empaths, so to speak. It's just that not everything is always turned on to receive things. But when you are that close, it's natural for it to happen. So why is this important to know? It's because you could be crying, you could be not knowing where that's coming from, you know, you could be with someone who maybe have had mama issues, and now you're like, wait, what? Why is this happening to me? This never happened before.
Yeah, I felt all that.
Yes, and it can be a very strong thing that can keep you connected to someone for the rest of your life if you don't recognize how to get rid of it.
Wow.
Yes.
So you said we can't get rid of DNA, but how can we release the ties and connections to people that no longer serve?
Yes. Well, the first key thing is to recognize it.
Okay.
You have to recognize.
You gotta get honest with yourself.
Yes. Honesty. If you slept with 100 men, say it.
And you ain't got to say tell everybody. You know within yourself, like, okay, I did this.
Right.
From 15 to 25.
Right.
Like, get real with it.
Exactly.
And even if it's only 3, that's still 3 different DNAs that you've had in your body.
Yes.
Okay, so get real. That's step 1.
Yes. Being honest, and then also acknowledging what is yours and what isn't. So if you have been this happy-go-lucky person, and all of a sudden you feel down, especially after being with someone, you have to be able to recognize that. So it really involves you being very in tune with yourself.
Yes.
So it's going to take some deep inner work.
Now,
to understand.
Now, you hit me in the spot. There have been times where, like, I'll be with a partner and the sex may be very enjoyable, very fun, very festive. We look forward to connecting our bodies and energy. They personally may not have things going on in their life that I agree with, that I feel like is building them up or not on my level or whatever. And then I'll notice like there's a droop or a drain in my energy. I become depressed. I start doing that comfort eating thing. I'm getting lazy. I don't want to work out. I don't want to be around nobody. I want to be in my room in the dark in my bed. I'm not writing. I'm just not myself. And I don't like when I feel like that. It's like, yes, these few minutes of fun, but then it's like after you leave, I'm so drained. And so imagine coupling that with like more than one person in a week or a month or a span of a few months. That can get really confusing and foggy. And so that's why I try to be patient with people. On my Facebook page, I like to ask in the mornings. I could be more consistent, but I got a lot. I say, did you wake up? Did you stress? Did you drink water? Did you give thanks? Did you give affirmations before getting in your car, before going to work, before starting your day? Because I really feel like that really helps transform your mind and your energy to set the tone for the day. And if I've had these experiences with these people and I'm feeling this way, that's going to show. So I try to be patient with people because, one, I understand customer service is not like it used to be. And people are really, you know, they're not being fulfilled in their job. They're really paid for a paycheck. So you have to recognize when people are giving you attitude or whatever. You don't know what's going on in their life. They might be dealing with some negative energy or some DNA on top of all the different type of chemicals that's in our food, in the air, in the water, all that jazz. So I just try to be patient with people. But that's a whole real thing.
But you know what? That's why a lot of women lose themselves. Yes, I said it, and it's nothing wrong with being sexually free. You just have to be conscious when you're doing it.
Yes. Be very aware.
If you're not, you will lose every bit of who you are.
Yeah. Now there's some women, there's one sister in particular, she usually disagrees with everything I say. Miss Kim, man, let me shout her out. No, I love this sister because when it comes to like sex and sexuality, and sis is like she's like, she's in an open relationship. I am free to, you know, like share my body with the partners that I want. She don't get caught up in a lot of the things that monogamous people do. If he chooses to be with that's his business. And I got some side if I want something. Like that's just how, and she has no qualms about it. But the fact that she's conscious and she's choosing to make these decisions, and if she's being safe about that's her business, that's her sexual life. And the other people may want to be, you know, more reserved and they want to be. Now I do want to talk about overcoming infidelity because one thing that like she doesn't really believe or agree in, and I just love using her as an example because before meeting her, and she read my book and she said I really can't relate to a lot of this. And I'm like, wow, like how we can think so differently but still be connected. Like I love being able to agree to disagree and still be cordial with people. Like we don't have to beat each other down because we have different ideas. But I do something that she brings up, and that part of what I talk about in the book, my fear of like marriage, because I've not really seen the best examples. I've seen people be together for years at a time, and it seems like they don't have love. They don't sleep in the same room. I never see them be intimate with each other, or it's just never getting married, or to an extent, so it's just something, or people having multiple marriages and multiple kids in the same city or state or whatever. So it's like, wow, it seems like men want to be with multiple women, or like that's just nature's call. So is by us wanting monogamy, are we sometimes forcing something against nature? And she's like, if he has these tendencies or these urges or whatever, go live and be. So you say you deal with overcoming infidelity. So how can one do that? And is there such thing as infidelity?
Well, I call it that because it depends on the person.
Okay.
So anybody, like you said, can live like certain lifestyles that they choose to. Because I have friends who are poly. I have friends who, are in open relationships. My husband and I tried an open relationship before we got married.
Before you got married?
Yeah. Yes. So anyhow, there's so much to unpack right there, because if you are in agreement with your partner that, hey, I love you, but I do have these other needs that I feel that may be able to be fulfilled by someone else better, and if you can say yes, okay, then by all means that can work. But if you come together in a partnership and say, okay, I'm making not a partnership but more of a contract, saying I'm not going to sleep with anyone else if you don't sleep with anyone else. Neither one is wrong or right. It's just what it is.
Just what it is.
Right. But if you come together and you say that together, then it breaches trust and it breaches confidentiality between your relationship if you decide to go and break that contract. So that's the reason why I call it infidelity, because it is a word that generally everybody understands. But if you ever find yourself in a place where you have broken this contract, then you have to first and foremost be able to communicate to each other. But a lot of people don't do that, and a lot of people tend to hide that aspect of what's going on. So I would say that if you can't understand the expectations that you had before going into this relationship, then now is the time to understand. What did you expect of your partner?
Right.
What did they not fulfill? And make sure that you're communicating.
Now I've heard some people, that's a big you feel that? Communicate. You gotta talk about this stuff. I've heard that Lord, I lost it.
It's okay.
We were saying
about the monogamy.
No, you said when you're coming together. It's okay. It'll come back.
It'll come back.
Yeah, but okay, but the communicating, that is a big portion.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes people don't talk enough.
No.
Especially in this day and age, and I say this day and age because it's the time I'm living in. It may have been like this before, but people with the internet age more so, people want to get up with you immediately just to have sex, just to do stuff, and it's like, you don't know my status, you don't know how crazy I am, how fertile I am.
You felt like kind of nice.
And then sometimes we get in these situationships, you're feeling each other, you're vibing, you're hanging out, you're having sex, they move in, or they damn near to move in because they over there all the time, and you're just under the assumption, especially for women, a lot of them get emotionally attached after you have sex. Like, well, if you're alive, I'm feeding you, I'm doing this, so we expect, that was my question, is expectations the correct language, I guess, because people say that you shouldn't have expectations because you'll always be hurt, like what people do, but you can't have boundaries or standards per se. Okay.
Yes, but like you said, women get emotionally attached because of those expectations. But the best thing to do is not have any, because if you don't have anything, then it can't be broken.
Yeah. Now, one other thing that I'm learning, and that I feel like women could be better at, how can I say this?
I'm gonna say it.
So, okay, with communication being a very big aspect, but let's say we get together, people do change over time. So let's say, we have this bond, this contract, this marriage or whatever, and then, my husband decides, or maybe even a woman decides, like, I do feel like I need to seek other partnerships. And it's not that you're any less of a woman or a person. This is just how I'm feeling. If he can't come out and be honest and say that without, you know, your reaction being, you know, a violent one or not allowing him to speak his piece, he'll more than likely probably go do it anyway. You know, but I feel like we should hold space for that to be a conversation. You know?
I agree.
Because I would rather, me personally, I feel like I would rather you be honest and speak your truth than to, you know, do what I feel like will be pretty much breaking the boundaries and like being deceptive. Deception is a big thing. We don't like to be lied to. But on the flip side, I hear men say that like, y'all don't really want the truth. Y'all say that, but if y'all had the truth, you wouldn't like it. And that's why we lie to you to protect your feelings.
Oh my God.
What's your thoughts on that?
Girl, so my husband and I, we've been married for about 3 years, together 13.
Wow.
And I tell you, we have had some interesting times. That's the reason why.
All married people do that. Like, it's been a journey. It's work.
Okay. And there are times where earlier, before I was woke, I guess so. I had to say it. I hate the word. I hate using that word. But anyway, if I came and asked, of course I'm probably gonna go off. But now understanding who we are as people individually, and understanding that I can't control him and he can't control me. We can come together and have these conversations, and I'll say, I'm really not going to be hurt if this is the case. I would rather know. And a lot of women say that I would rather know. But if you would rather know, you have to make sure that before you ask that question, that you are okay with getting the answer, whatever answer they give.
You know what else I find is funny? I was at an event last night having like a small talk show with them, and it was a nice little crowd. And I asked something about I don't know, we got on the topic, and the woman was saying that she's been married. She's an older woman. She said, I still cook for my husband. I come here, I work in the shop throughout the week, and I still come home, make his plate and all this. And I said, well, what's your, you don't ever feel like, he can make you a plate, or you don't just tell him this? And she was like, no, that's just not that that's her role as a woman, but she's like, that's just, if, he works too, and this is just something that we do, and if I'm not doing it, somebody else will. And she said that about other things. If I'm not catering to this need of his, then someone else will. And she also admitted, which I think a lot of women do, if we don't want to know the truth, we rather not know, although we know the truth. So I've known many a woman, they know that they man got another woman on the other side of town, but as long as it ain't in their face, I'm fine with it. And this is why I think I was open initially to polygamy when it was introduced to me, because sisters be sharing the same guy. Sometimes knowingly, sometimes unknowingly. It could be you met us both in the club, we had a threesome. It could be I dated you. There's a situation where one of my best friends, she had talked to the guy in high school. I didn't meet him till college, and she was gone when I was in college, so we didn't even know we knew the same guy. And we best friends. This is just how the experience. We go together. Okay, TMI. But yeah, so it's like, that's why sometimes, but for those that come on monogamy, and I've cheated, I've probably been cheated on, I know people that have been cheated on, it can be very hurtful and painful, because it's like, we came together with the agreement that we were just going to be, and especially if I'm not polygamy minded, I don't want to think about you being with other women. I don't want to think about the diseases you could be bringing home. I don't want to think,
let's get down to the biology.
Because you said it's DNA, and I feel like, so they say that like our wombs hold, just energy and all kinds of stuff. So do we also, do men gain something that they hold on to from women? Like, can he bring another woman's womb to my room that had me acting crazy? Is she crazy? Because I feel like I got some crazy other woman. I'm like, this only female crazy.
Yes. If you think about it, the act of sex and the act of energy being an exchange between the two, the only reason why I was speaking earlier is because, of course, we're women. But men can as well. And the reason why I say that is that if you are sleeping with one person and then he's sleeping with somebody else and you're sleeping with someone else, think about how many contamination, I guess that's the best way I can.
That is so real. Look, the health department got this chart. I used to pass it around in my open mic. It's like, if you sleep with one person and that one partner sleeps with one person, that's three. If these three people sleep with one person, and girl, it went up to like a million different people. I'm like, wow.
But think about that. They say they use that chart for STDs, but think about it on an energetic level. If you have been just filled up with one person, there's a million more people that come behind that. So that's why I say you have to get down and get real and dig deep to see what it is that's yours and not yours. You have to do a lot of soul searching, a lot of shadow work.
So what does that look like? Is that writing, praying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You can do some writing. Okay. You can actually take and pour like. You can do a whole bunch of different things as far as like a spiritual bath is concerned, but I always like
spiritual bath in general.
Rosemary is a good herb for women. Rosemary and lemon. That's a good bath because it helps to bring balance and to bring out that negative energy. I would say probably do it, especially every time that you have sex with a partner to remove that.
Rosemary bath. Yes. All of that is symbolic, right? You're in the bath, you're in water that's cleansing, and then when you drain it, it's like all the dirt is going away.
Yes.
Wow.
You can get a yummy steam. That helps to purge some things out, and I have a friend who does that.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of different things, but the key thing is cleansing.
Yes.
Cleansing, and getting back to nature and understanding, what it is that you want, what it is that you don't want, and what you won't stand for anymore, literally and truthfully. You can send that energy back to that person, and then you can also begin to reclaim your energy from other people that you slept with. And what that means is that you literally would almost have to stand or sit in meditation and pull it back until you start to feel the pieces come back and fill up the holes within your aura and your energetic field.
I love that. This is beautiful. Do you have anything else you want to touch on before we close out?
Well, I'm at Terra Blue. Alright. I'm a psychic medium, I'm a root worker, I do a whole bunch of different things. I'm at Terra Blue, and I also have my products there as well. On Friday mornings from 10 to 2, and then also on Sundays from 2 to 7.
And it's downtown on Elm Street.
Elm Street, yes, in downtown Greensboro.
Yes, Terra Blue, they got all kind of herbs and crystals and stuff like that too, jewelry, Okay, so I need to come see you.
Yes, ma'am.
And where else can we find you? Are you on social media?
I am. You can find me at Facebook.com/Jennifer Lesleigh Watson.
Okay.
Leslie is spelled Leigh.
And I'm going to have it written out for
on Instagram, it's The Psychic Corner, and also on Instagram is Watson Wellness Group.
Okay, awesome. So I want to have one last question. So with you having a daughter, and with you speaking on like your experience and when you were 13 and growing up and going to Spelman, what are some things that you are imparting in her life to help her be like a better version of you?
Yes. Well, I tell her all the time, of course, that she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
I always tell her that her hair is gorgeous.
Yes.
I always tell her that she's so smart. And when she does get older, I do want to share my experience with her and be completely open with her, because if she decides to go out and do some of the same things that I did, I can have a better understanding of where she is, and so I want to make sure that we keep that open communication between each other.
Now, did you have that type of relationship with your mother?
No.
Right, me either.
Yeah.
So, and looking now, like a lot of the focus of my questions on my, my Facebook and in general, this whole platform, the exchange to talk about the uncomfortable conversation about sex, family, and relationships. And it's like knowing some of the things my mother dealt with and women in general deal with that they shouldn't have to as a child, and even as an adult. It's like sometimes you can get so guarded, or the trauma can just keep you from wanting to relive that or talk about it. So certain conversations you don't have with your daughter, or certain things you just tell them about sex, it's not really teaching them about them. It's like, I wish I could have had that. And no blame or no fault, it just is what it is. But it shows me how I would like to do things a little differently if I were to, have children. And I think that's beautiful that you want to do that for her. To have an open relationship, talk to mom, and share my feelings, and her, give back. Because it's one thing you can tell me anything, but it's like, but I don't know anything about you. Now I think about it, because everything might be a trigger. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I do that with her now. Sometimes if I may find her, sitting quiet, I'll go, what's wrong? Let's talk about this. I want her to be emotionally intelligent, to be able to have that EQ, I
Yeah.
guess, emotional, whatever, so that she can fully express and know the words to use. Because
now, now we know kids don't always tell their parents everything.
right.
I asked the question yesterday for Family Friday. Parents, do you snoop through your children's things?
Oh, yes.
So you think that's cool? Because my mom snooped through my diary. And she found some stuff she needed to know as a mom that was inappropriate for what was going on in my life.
Yeah.
And we started seeking counseling. And I'm grateful that she did that because I may have never released that. But at the time, I was furious. Like, I don't trust you. Why are you going through my things? And her mom, this is my house, you're my daughter. And she knows things she was going through. And maybe I wasn't being open and expressive for her. And she needed to know what was going on. And some other people commented just like, no, I had my parents outed me. She was writing about being lesbian or something. She's like, my parents outed me and I hated it. I think kids deserve their privacy. It's like, I see both sides of the situation. But you was like, I'm with that.
Yeah, I'm with that because I have a 14-year-old bonus son and we did the same thing.
Okay. You gotta see what these kids do.
Yes. And we found out stuff.
Okay. Especially in the age of the internet, girl, these cell phones. Woo!
I
I be going through my brother. I'm like,
right.
15 looking at what?
Right.
What?
Right. Exactly.
Y'all come back and say,
Girl, I had to tell him. I said, you don't even talk to me that way.
it's a new breed, girl.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, thank you so much, Jennifer. This is amazing. You're amazing.
Oh, you
thank you
are
for coming on. So I want everybody to, I'm going to leave her information and the link to this podcast, and I thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you check out Jennifer, come get some readings from her, or just take the lesson and tune in, like she was saying, and make sure that we're cleansing and getting our auras and our energy straight. So I really appreciate you for having you on, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your day.
You too.
Peace, love, and